All right, Aqua Gang, what it do, you guys? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my Aquarius soul family. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I hope you're doing super fantastic. I most certainly am. It's going to be for that new thing, y'all, okay? It's either somebody new that you fucking with or somebody that's vastly approaching, okay? It do say distant, but they ain't too far off. Holy angels and spirit guides gives exactly what it is that we need to know in regards to my Aquarius gang. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be for new and or currently new, okay? New connections, looking to go towards something new. This is somebody who is approaching you, and it is coming when you least expect it, okay? I feel like it's once you detach from the notion of, you know, when is it my turn, that sort of thing, or kind of ruminating on things that have happened in the past, really healing from things that have happened in the past. This is a fated meeting. But before we tap all the way in, guys, please take a moment, click the like button. It helps with our engagement, guys. I don't ask for no reason, and I appreciate those of you who do it every single time. I see you and I appreciate you, okay? Also, if you want to become a part of the team, if you want to be a part of our gang, a part of our soul family, we would love to have you. We congregate very often, okay? So go ahead and click that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload on the channel. So, few things, okay, about this person or this energy, okay? I feel like I said, it's possibly been a long time. Maybe you've been single for quite some time. I would say you've been single for a majority of you, right? Don't force anything to fit. Use your intuition to guide you towards what's here for you. Take it, leave whatever is not. Okay, cross watchers, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, you're welcome here too. Just place yourself where you belong in the storylines. Okay, tarot is fluid, like I said, so this is giving very new energy. However, so I have to make that very clear. Okay, this is somebody who is vastly approaching you. You don't even see it coming. All right, or it's someone that you have just started dealing with, and if you did just meet this person, or if the two of you have been talking, I would say no more than a couple weeks to a month. Okay. A month and a half at the most. It came out of nowhere. You don't even realize that this is a fated meeting. You might just kind of be keeping your distance from this person, not really having any expectations is how I'm reading this card. And this person can also feel that, all right? Whether you've already met them or not, they're going to be able to feel this almost instantaneously. They feel that you're guarded, right? It's not that you're mean. It's not that you're not open. It's just they can tell that you've been disappointed quite a few times and you don't have any expectations. They're going to be able to feel that almost immediately. And I feel like they're going to try to make it their business. It's almost an assignment that they're giving themselves to change your mind, right? They're not going to coerce you. This is not somebody who wants to manipulate you. This is not somebody who wants to force it. I think that they feel something almost immediately. You might feel it too, but you're also not wanting to set yourself up. You see what I'm saying? With high expectations just to be disappointed. You kind of want to let things unravel organically, and rightfully so, right? Based on kind of jumping the gun on people in the past, you want to see where it's going to go. But this person already has in their mind that the two of you are going to fall in love, or that they could see themselves loving you, right? In the very near future, not so distant. But they can feel that it might take a lot of work, and that's why they're kind of putting themselves on assignment is what I'm hearing, okay? So they're going to make it their business. Come on, you want to stay up there or not? Like, what? Come on. Thank you. Difficult. That speaks to the energy. They feel like you're a firecracker, right? You are challenging, yet nurturing. You are there, and you are accessible, yet not too accessible, right? It is a challenge for this person, and it is a testament to themselves that they're ready for this. This is their words, not mine. So this is somebody who feels as though they haven't given up on love, but they may have met someone that they could see themselves loving who has given up, right? Who possibly doesn't even see that for themselves anymore. So I feel like the ways in which they are attempting to show you that this still exists, right? This thing called love. They're not going to do the fairy tale thing. They're not doing love bombing. It's going to be in a very practical and logical manner. And I feel like it's going to be through consistency, right? Not persistency. This person is not going to try to overstep boundaries. They're not going to try to force it. They're not going to try to force things to speed up. They will respect your timing. They will respect your boundaries, your space, right? I feel like they're going to do it in a very clever way is what I'm feeling, right? I feel as though you may absolutely be finding yourself falling in love with this person. But it's happening in a way where you don't notice it until it's like you have an aha moment. All of a sudden, it's like, damn, I love her. Damn, I love him? Like, what? But again, this is not happening overnight, okay? This person is in it for the long run, okay? They are viewing this as a marathon, not a sprint, okay? So I like their energy so far. And I feel as though, if nothing at all, I mean, at the very least, is what I should say, from the beginning, it will at least be fun, you know, very adventurous. This person is going to pique your interest because they're a lot different than what you have encountered more recently, okay? I feel like it is their eclectic manner and their eccentric ways that will really stick out to you. So they could also be an Aquarian such as yourself or another air sign. It's very complementary, the energies that I feel. Or they could have it prevalently in their natal chart, okay? So, first card at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So this person definitely sees you as valuable. Pentacles are of value. Whatever you value, things that have worth, stability, sustainability. They see you as the whole package, but they also know that you're not letting just anybody in, okay? We have the Nine of Wands. And we also have at the bottom of the deck the High Priestess, okay? The High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this person feels an intuitive nudge to be patient, right? To see this thing through. There may be long periods of silence in this connection where the two of you are just kind of doing your own thing. Again, they're going to respect whatever time frame you're on. This person will be on as well. Nine of Wands for me is a signifier of this person's first impressions of your personality. And didn't I say, like, they could feel it immediately, right? That they're going to have to work to close the gap. They're going to have to work to build trust and to be allowed in past a certain level, right? You have some armed guards that they're not trying to really fuck with like that on that level, okay? They want to respect you. They want to move at the pace that you are comfortable with, but they can also simultaneously feel themselves growing, right? Growing emotions, growing, I guess we could say likability, right? We'll start with like before we move into that love zone. It's sort of like they can see the potential of falling in love, but they also know that there is a huge gap that has to be closed. And I feel like in order for them to do that, they feel as though they need to tap in more on an emotional maturity level, right? So they're going to do things that kind of resonate and speak to your love language. Okay, speak to what it is that you're looking for. The two of you may have these conversations pretty early on, so they feel like they kind of know. But for the Queen of Cups to show up, I feel like this may be more intuitively that they are tapping in with you, especially with the High Priestess here. This is why it feels so faded. This person may definitely check a lot of boxes. I still feel as though you're not quite closing that gap with them as soon as you would have in the past. There's something from the past, right? That's still creeping back up here with the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior, you know, right? So you've been through some battles, you've been through some struggles, you've been through multiple cycles where you've had to rebuild yourself, and now your intuition is leading you. And I feel like it's happening in a very faded way, okay? So in reference to this person, they may themselves have had their own bouts with not so easy connections. Nine of Wands is not an easy connection. Those relationships definitely require a lot of patience. Those relationships can require going through transformations, awakenings, etc., etc. So the two of you may have that in common. Okay. And that could be something that you either discuss with each other or they can feel it. Okay. So we have the Magician and we have the Queen of Wands. Along with the Queen of Wands and the Magician, we have the Sun card. So what this person is looking for initially is just fun, guys, okay? They are kind of just putting themselves back out there. When you meet this person, they also have this distant idea of ever falling in love, right? This distant card is definitely is kind of signifying if it happens, it happens, right? But I'm not looking for anything. I'm not going to force anything. I'm not going to like change myself up in order to make shit fit together. If it happens, it happens. But for now, right? Life is too short, right? We're in this lifetime. I'm going to make the most of it. So they're having fun. They're not expecting to meet you when they do. I will say that, okay? Even though when they meet you, they are very much so pleasantly surprised, okay? I feel like this person is definitely stepping into like the master of their destiny energy with the Magician card here. So though they want it to be in a relationship, right? They very much so want to be in love. These cards are just being, come on. Got to have some patience, Empress. Have patience. That's what this entire reading is about. So I feel as though they kind of put the idea of finding the full package, right? Because we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Finding the full package, finding that everlasting love, the marriage, the relationship. And it doesn't matter if they identify as male or woman. This is just this person's desires. They kind of want it to be in a relationship, right? They could find that they are getting older, right? Maybe they wanted to have children at a certain age, or they wanted to get married at a certain age, or, you know, just this idea of having another person to do it with, to do life with, to do the adulting with, right? To enjoy certain moments with. I don't get that they've abandoned that desire completely. No, they haven't, but they also recognize that they are not in control of the timing. So for the time being, I'm going to work with what I can control. I just saw 1111. So that's definitely a signifier to me that we're on par. We are on the right course, the right track of mind here. Okay. Double confirmation for us. We got the Queen of Wands along with the Sun card. So for me, these two cards signify somebody who's just like, well, I'm just going to have fun, right? I'm going to date. I'm not going to take anything too seriously. I'm not going to have the expectations, right? So the two of you are mirroring one another in that sense. You might not have started dating, but you might have, right? So just take it as it resonates. For some of you, you've just been chilling. You've just been to yourself. You may have been single for quite some time and you just kind of got used to this way of life. But you're still, in fact, making the most of things, or you will be, right? With the Sun card, that's like, you know, pouring into your own cup, focusing on your own happiness, recognizing that your happiness doesn't stem from another person, having a full-blown cup, having an Ace of Cups before the other person ever arrives, right? Aces signify one. So one is the full thing. You see what I'm saying? This is the idea of unsubscribing. Okay, this is about unsubscribing from the theory that you have a better half, that you have another half, because you're whole. You see what I'm saying? You're a whole person. You're a whole soul. You can make yourself entirely happy. Ace of Cups, entirely fulfilled prior to anybody else showing up. And then we go to the two. 1 to the 2. Mic check 1, 2. No, let me stop. Right? My mic is nice. Check 1. And Spirit is like, I see you. I see you. My mic is nice. Check 2. Boom. Here you go. It is very much so fated. These are all cards of confirmation. We have right after the Ace of Cups, which is you, focusing on yourself, filling your own cup up. Your cup runneth over with just your own happiness, going toward your bliss, doing things that fulfill you. So it's raising your vibration very high. That is what the Queen of Wands signifies, right? It is people being attracted to your light, people being attracted to your energy. It's charisma. It is confidence, right? It's definitely being very noticeable when you walk into a room, even if you don't notice it, right? People will stare, people will look, people may gravitate towards you, random people, right? In all aspects of life, not just in love. This could just be random kids. They like to talk to you. Babies smile at you. You know, when you go walking through wherever, when you're walking, when you're in the grocery store, when you're at the gym, people talk to you. People just kind of share their life story. They kind of converse with you. They feel attracted to you, to your light, to your aura. It's by design, okay? So, going back to the train of thought that they were focusing on, right? Ace of Cups is about fulfilling oneself without needing another. Having a completely full cup. Being healed, being whole, right? Without another. And being content with that. You know what I mean? So content that the idea of a 2 of Cups, which is that soulmate energy, which is that relationship, that friendship that kind of unfolds into something more, something very beautiful. 2 of Cups is very, very beautiful card, right? It's a beautiful energy is what I should say. But you are so engulfed in what you have built for yourself, in the quality of life that you've built for yourself, okay? So this is either happening already, or it will happen, or it has already happened, right? You will be completely fulfilled. And honestly, quite all right with the idea of maybe not getting married or not having a partnership at this very moment, if at all, right? Some of you are dramatic like that. I'm just saying, we dramatic like that. I won't put that all off on you, okay? We all Aquarians here. Sometimes we can get real dramatic like that. Well, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If it's not happening, then it's not happening. But I'm going to make the best of what I can, what is the phrase, Spirit? I'm going to make the best of what I have and the things that I have control over. So getting into this mode, you may have gotten very distant from the idea of the Two of Cups, okay? And that is when I feel like they're going to hit you with the whammy. It's a good whammy, but it will hit you, okay? It's going to hit. It's going to hit just right. So I just want to pull one more card in reference to this Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is definitely fated for sure, guys, okay? This is a fated meeting. It won't feel magical immediately, but the attraction will be there, okay? And the desire to move forward, the desire to move towards this new passion, this new passionate connection. I feel like it gets fiery very soon. Not in the aspect of attraction. Even though the Lovers is about attraction, I feel like the two of you attract on a different level than just physically, okay? There's more there, okay? There is inspiration there, okay? There's inspired action. I do feel like this Ace of Wands, especially with the imagery in this card where we have these two hands surrounding this wand, I feel like this is this person's energy, right? Like they feel your distance. They feel as though at times they get glimpses of you opening up, of you being open with them, of conversations, becoming more vulnerable, becoming more in depth, sharing, right, with one another, sharing energetically. But yet they still feel that boundary. So this Ace of Wands to me is them cultivating an energy that feels safe for the both of you, because you've both been through very similar situations in the past. But I feel like for some reason this person may be a little bit further along in their thought process of kind of opening up to the idea of love again, right? Nobody here is completely abandoned this desire to want to be in a relationship. Even if you tell yourself that, nobody here in this reading, if you are resonating with this, nobody has abandoned the desire for that. It's just a matter of focusing out, right? Focusing on other things, focusing on things that are occurring now, not focusing on shit that hasn't arrived yet. Having faith that it will all pan out the way it's supposed to, right? With the Wheel of Fortune and the Fated card. So let's dig a little bit deeper here. Let's kind of see some details about this person in their past, okay? Because you can't really decipher who you're dealing with unless you know where they've been. So we'll spy a little bit, even though I feel like this person will be very open with you if you ask them. If you want to know their story, if you want to know what they've done, like the ways in which they feel like they were wrong. This is not the type of person who, when you ask them about their past relationships, they'll just blame it all on their partners. They're not going to do that. They're going to tell you what the people that they've been fucking with have done. They are going to tell you that, but they're also going to tell you the ways in which they could take some accountability or how they played a role in, you know, the demise of things. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, shit. So we have only you. I'm not seeing anyone else, if that's what you're wondering. So we definitely have a storyteller here. Okay, somebody who tells tall tales is who they were dealing with, you guys. Okay, we have elimination. I'm eliminating anything or anyone that could come between us. So this is somebody who definitely kind of held them on a string, right? This is true love. Everything happens in its time. We will one day be together. I don't get that this was honest. I feel like they may have been dealing with a player or a playette, somebody who had multiple people who liked them. Maybe this is somebody who was very, very much so attractive. But they weren't the type of person who had a whole lot of morals in that instance. This is somebody who would give in to to third parties. There may have been some cheating going on for it to say, I'm going to eliminate anyone or anything that comes between us. And for them to also gaslight this person like, I'm not seeing anyone else. You're my true love. You're my soulmate. You're the one that I'm supposed to be with. You're the one that I'm going to be with, right? But then on the same accord, say that everything happens in divine timing. This could be somebody who was like dangling a carrot in their face. They could have wanted, I do feel like this is somebody who has wanted a long-term committed relationship for quite some time. And the only reason why they would have accepted this is because of the work they needed to do on themselves. Like, we can all clearly see here that this is bullshit, right? That this is BS. Somebody is stringing you along. Someone is treating you like an option. Someone is lying to your face. Someone is gaslighting you. They are manipulating you emotionally, right? That's what all of this looks like. Yet you're tolerating it. Something is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, we just got to check in with our own hearts, with our own self-esteem, our own self-worth. That is in their past. Let's keep that very clear. They will explain that to you. And I feel like they may even explain it in that way. They were dealing with a lying, manipulative ass bitch. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Don't matter if it's a man or a woman. They may call him the B word. Okay? They won't say it in those exact words. You know, I curse like a sailor. Let's just reel it back in. This person did a job on them mentally. It's a mind fuck, okay? But they're also going to acknowledge that they weren't able to see this storyline clearly. They had to heal. They had to care about themselves more. They had to make themselves whole, Ace of Cups, in order to see the fuck shit that they were accepting, that they were dealing with, in order to get out of the notion that this is only this person, right? It's only them. This is the only person for me. This is my true love. I have to make it work, even though this feels awful. So they had to completely unsubscribe from that. Okay, let's pull one tarot card on the past energy. Look at that. The Chariot card, it kind of came out crossing, but I really see it as in the reverse. So this older energy is completely gone. I feel like it got stagnant, right? It just stagnated. It stopped. It has come to a complete stop. With the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like they were dealing with someone who was younger, someone who definitely had them acting very foolish, and someone who betrayed them eventually. Okay, with the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now, keep in mind, these are all things that they have healed from, and they will express that to you. This is also why they've been single. Okay, so we don't need to look that up. They have been single because they've been healing. They've been focusing on themselves. They've been focusing on becoming fulfilled just being by themselves, so that when somebody like you comes along, or anybody else, because you don't necessarily have to choose this person, y'all know that, right? It's free will here, even though the energy looks beautiful. Come on, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, come on now, right? Wheel of Fortune. It is fated for the two of you to meet each other, but it could just be for other reasons other than committing to each other, but we will look at that later. I feel as though this person has remained single because they needed to heal themselves so that they were whole and they weren't relying on another person to fulfill them. That's unfair. If you are fulfilled, if you are content with yourself, if you are happy with yourself and the life that you have cultivated for yourself outside of anybody else, that is the true power. That is the true win. Because it doesn't matter who comes in. If they F you over, if they are toxic, if they are manipulative, if they are not the one, if they are lower vibrational, etc., 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 because your vibe is so high and because you fuck with yourself in such the best way, right? The long way. You love yourself. You are cool with being with yourself. You have other people in your life that love you as well. But this is not about other people. This is about being content with oneself. Then you can quickly distance yourself from bullshit. You're not holding on to toxic people just for the sake of having them around, because if it feels better to just be by myself and then I add you in and I feel like shit, you gotta go. Self-love. That's called growth. So that's the type of shit that this person is on. They can also see that maybe you have gone through some similar things, not verbatim, of course. It's not the same storyline. It's not identical, but it has evoked some of the same emotions about being distant from allowing people in and really just focusing on filling up your own cup, right? Being responsible for your own happiness, being responsible for your own fulfillment is something that will attract the two of you to one another because you are vibrating on the same level. It is absolutely a manifestation that is coming to pass. Where it's going, we will have to look at that in the extended, okay? So if you have resonated with this message, we're going to hop on over there, okay? Let's dig in a little bit. Let's get a little bit deeper, okay? I want to know what the deal breakers are, if any, okay? I want to know if there are any deal breakers, any red flags within this person, anything that might give you pause, anything that you need to put your good eye on before you actually start to open up a little bit and have a little bit of expectation or a little bit of faith or trust in this. Okay, let's see if there's something that we need to still unpack that you may need to potentially know that might give you pause. Okay, let's also see what obstacles could slow this shit down. What might slow things down along the way? I want to know what their intentions are once they get to know you, right? Once they have you, do they change? Okay. What does a relationship long term look like with this person? Okay. In the long run, what does it look like? If you invest in this, what does a life with them? What does that look like? Okay. And then we'll look at the potential outcome of this. Is it moving into something serious, something long term, and when? We will look at the time frames, multiple time frames. If you haven't met them, when will you meet them? If you have met them, when is it going into the next level? And we'll also look at when the potential of union or long-term commitment is prevalent for you, when that will happen for you, whether it is with this person or someone else. Okay, so we will kind of phrase that as union with your divine counterpart or your person, right? When will that happen? I'll also look to see when your next long-term committed relationship will be, whether it's with this person or another. Okay, so we got a lot to get into. We'll pull some advice, and I may throw in a little Ask the Universe reading. Okay, so without further ado, click the like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. I'm going to see y'all over there. Let's go.